Hi, today I want to analyze Inception 2010 that made it by Warner Brothers production in America. This movie have a lot of layers and you can analyze it in different concepts like politics, religion, psychology and other things. But I want to do it just in 3 layers, not more than this. Even there is more, but I prefer that just pay attention to the important things like politics and religion. But also in Farsi I made this, but in Farsi the first layer was psychology and the second was politics and third one was the religion. But in English, I want to make the inverse. The first layer is about politics. Okay, I don't want to speak a lot because this is very long and the movie is very difficult and playing with your brain. And I want to explain all the details that is related to the religion of Islam. And sometimes is about Christianity, but more is about Islam, not Christianity. Okay, the first that you can speak about it in this movie is the name of the movie. The name of the movie is Inception. I'm not an English speaker and I don't know what's meaning have Inception in American English speaker, but in Farsi when we translate this, this means Inception in Farsi means that God will put some thought, some thinking, something in a mind of a people, that the people is a prophet or a big man that is very good and God loves him and wants to speak with him or wants to show him a dream or something. And this word in Farsi have a very religious meaning. Okay, that is very very wonderful, very very strange that why the name of the movie is Dreams of a Prophet. Okay. After this, if you didn't see the movie, I will show and I will explain the characters in the movie. But before that, I want to speak about a man in Iran that he's a doctor about Islam, and he's in another country, but he has a theory about Islam that says Islam is dreams of Muhammad. Quran is dreams of Muhammad. I want to pay attention to this theory now.
و شما تعبیراتی تو قرآن دارید از البحار سجرت، دریاها آتش میگیرن. این یه پارادوکسه، یه پارادوکس، دریایی که پر آب آتش میشه. توی قرآن دارید که یه گیاهی، شجره‌ای به نام زقوم توی جهنم میروید، یه گیاهی که وسط آتش میاد.
و شما گمان نمی‌کنید اینا صرفاً استعارات؟
بنده میگم اینا رؤیاییه. ببینید من دقیقاً همین جاها وارد میشم. من میگم اینا دقیقاً مشاهد رؤیایی است. به همین دلیل من اصلا میگم وحی پیامبر، ببینید در گفتار ابوزید، در گفتار آقای شبستر، گفتار ارگو، همش بحث گفتار یا متنه. بند ارزمین هستش که وحی سمعی بصریه، یعنی بصری توش دخالت داره.
بله.
اون عزیز حالا اینجا خدمت شما عرض میکنم نه تنها سمعی بصری است، بلکه ذوقی شمی لمسی هم هست. یعنی نه تنها پیامبر در وحی خودش چیزی رو میشنوه، بلکه چیزی رو میبینه، بلکه چیزی رو میبوید.
در قرآن به خصوص سوره نجم این مسئله تا حدودی باز میکنه. میگه لقد رأى من آیات ربه الکبری، آیات بسیار بزرگ خدا رو دیده. میگه افتمارونه علی ما یری، راجع به چیزی که داره میبینه چرا باش دارین جدل میکنید. لقد رآه نزلة اخرى، بار دیگر هم دید. پس در واقع گشوده شدن چشم بصیرت به یک عوالمی که از چشم دیگران پوشید.
Okay, here Dr. Sroush, that is a very big theorician about Islam, says the phrases in Quran like a lake of fire or a sea of fire is contrast is like a contrast, because the water in the sea cannot have a fire. This or another phrase in Quran that says the planet in the hell growing. This planet in the hell growing, the planet growing in the hell is a phrase in Quran that have a contrast. It means we cannot have any plant or any vegetable that is growing in the fire. It's just a vision. It's something that it's a dream. He say in his voice that Quran is the dreams of Muhammad. Okay, even he says Muhammad was seeing something, Muhammad was hear something, was touch something, smell something, and after he just turned these dreams to speak and spoke with his friends, and their friends wrote all of these things, and now we between the teachers of Islam we are speaking that what God said to Muhammad, but there is no any speaking between God and Muhammad. There was just some dreams that Muhammad had, and after Muhammad just described that dreams for other people, and now we have a book that we call Quran. Okay, and after his another teacher in this movie pointing at some verses in Quran that is very 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 obviously shows that Muhammad saw something. We can see this some verses in Quran.
And he revealed to his servant what he revealed. The heart did not lie about what it saw. So will you dispute with him over what he saw? And he certainly saw him in another descent.
Then you see that in some verses in Quran, he say that Muhammad saw it. Muhammad saw something that you want to argue with him about this, but it's not true, because he saw many big things from the God. And why you argue with Muhammad about something that he saw and he didn't had any fault in this sea? Okay, now we want to turn to our movie and see what's going on in the movie. Present the actors. The first actor in this movie is Leonardo DiCaprio, that is very great actor in America, and he's the researcher in the dreams in this movie. He researching dreams of people and to find some information about their selves and their secrets, and thief their secrets. Okay, the next actor is Mal, the cop's wife. That his Leonardo DiCaprio's wife in the movie is Mal, and he in all the film is just we saw him in the dreams, not in the real world, because he killed himself. But in some parts, just Leonardo DiCaprio or the cop remembering his wife when he was alive. The next actor is Mal's father, or previous cop's teacher, that he teaches cop how to go to minds of another person and research and find his secrets. Okay, and the next person that is very important in this movie because his position is very powerful is Saito. Saito is from Japan and he can comment on all the countries in the world. Okay, the next person is Arthur. Arthur is one of the co-workers with Cobb or the Leonardo DiCaprio, and he helping Leonardo DiCaprio to make the architect of the dream, because in every dream they need a space, a place that they going to the mind of the person on that place and show him a nature, a space to put his their dreams on his mind or to search his mind. Okay, Arthur also he have a background of East, like Japan or other places. That's why when he making a place in the dream, he's like Japanese houses and somewhere else. Okay, the next also is a co-worker with cops, and he making also a place or a dream like he's architecture of the dream. The next one that is very more than others important is cheater, or in the movie his name is cheating his face and his voice, and he making himself as another person in the dreams. And the next one, Adriani also is a dream architecture, that is a psychology student. He's a student in psychology university, and most of the workers with Cobb in this movie they have some skills to make something about the mind, like okay, the drugs for mind, or architecture of dreams, or somebody that is a psychologist or something else. All of it, these things is related to each other and shows many things to us, but I cannot explain all of them in one video, because when we want to analyze a movie, we shouldn't see it in one line. We should to explain it in a few lines. One line for psychology, one line for politics, one line for religion, one line for other things. This is layers. There is layers of different concepts in the movie. The layer of psychology, the layer of politics concept, and others, religion and other things. The next one is a chemist. He's the one making the drugs and medicines to make people sleeping very deep, and he knows that how much he can bring them to the depths. The measure of the depths is related to his drugs and medicines that making. Okay, the next one is very important in the movie, that is the subject of the movie, the person that they want to sowing dreams on his mind. They want to plant a seed in his brain that he can after think something that they want. Okay, he's Robert Michael Fisher, the sons of the big manager of a company of energy in the world, that they have 50% of energy of all the world. The next one is Maurice Fisher, the father of Robert, that he's the president of the company. The company name is Michel Marov and All in Energy. The name of the company is this, that Maurice is his president, but he is sick and he is going to die, and after his son will be his his will take his place. Okay, the next one is Robert's uncle, that he is now the advisor of the company, and he's a stepfather of Roberts, and he's very important in this company because his father is going to die and there is no any head for the company, and the uncle should to take care of everything of that company until the Roberts can take the position of his father. Okay, and then if I want to explain all of the characters in categories, we have one category that is a family of Cobb, first Cobb and his wife Moll, and his wife's father, that he was the previous teacher of Cobb. The next picture is the family of the subject. The subject is Robert Fisher and Maurice Fisher and his uncle, that all of them are the persons that have the company of energy in the world. Okay, and the next category of actors is co-workers with Cobb. It means all of the people that working with Cobb in this movie to help him in his mind researching or mind disturbing mind something, I don't know. Okay, the last one is Saito. Saito, that I said before, is maybe the boss of everything in the world, because he's very important guy and he can change even the government in America. He's very big, but he is not the president of America. He's maybe president of all the world. Okay, now I want to explain a summary of the movie. Okay, the first, we have a sense that in this first scenes Saito is very old, and also if Cobb is older than before, and in this sense that is changing to another sense, the same as that Saito is young and also Cobb is young, but these two senses is not related to each other. The first sense of the movie is about is taken from the last part of the movie, that they were in the sleep of Saito in the last part, in the last dreams of movie, the last sleep of the movie. But the second sense is the dream that they are making for Saito in two layers of sleep, two layers of dreams inside each other, that they want to research Saito's mind, Saito's secrets. In his mind, they want to find his information and his secret information, and they are successful but not so much, and they have some problems in that dreams. We can see a part of this section.
What Mr. Cobb is trying to say?
An idea. Resilient, highly contagious. Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate. An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks. Right in there somewhere.
For someone like you to steal?
Yes, in the dream state, your conscious defenses are lowered, and it makes your thoughts vulnerable to theft. It's called extraction.
Mr. Saito, we can train your subconscious to defend itself from even the most skilled extractor.
How can I do that?
Because I am the most skilled extractor. I know how to search your mind and find your secrets. I know the tricks, and I can teach them to you so that even when you're asleep, your defense is never down. Look, if you want my help, you're gonna have to be completely open with me. I need to know my way around your thoughts better than your wife, better than your therapist, better than anyone. If this is a dream and you have a safe full of secrets, I need to know what's in that safe. In order for this all to work, you need to completely let me in.
Now, the point that I want to pay attention to it is that how some people can go inside of one person's dreams. It's impossible. It's impossible. If you sleep, you see your personal dream. If 5 people, 10 people sleeping together in just one bed, they cannot go to inside of others people dream. There is no way to go to inside of other people dream. How Cobb and his co-workers going inside of other people's dreams? It shows that they are not human. They are supernatural entities, like aliens, like demons, like Satans, like the wicked one, like the special things that you can call them in the movies, like Avengers. You see how they call in Avengers in this to this spiritual or supernatural entities, or like aliens. They say they are aliens, they are demons, they are wicked, they are evil, devil, Satans. All of this just a name for this entity that can go inside of other people asleep and make for them a dream. Just is another name, is a different name. Every culture have a name for them. In Arabic they say jinn, in English they say devil, Satan. In Farsi we say shaitan, the same as Satan. Or in the Indian culture they say div, or like demons. Div are like demons. And there are many different names for this supernatural entity, but all of them is the same. They can go inside of the person's sleep and dreams and make for him a dream. And this shows that in this movie the Cobb and his co-workers are symbols of this entity. Okay, here you see what I'm saying.
This carpet, it's stained and frayed in such distinctive ways, but very definitely made of wool. Right now, I'm lying on polyester, which means I'm not lying on my carpet in my apartment.
You have lived up to your reputation, Mr. Cobb. I'm still dreaming.
Look at the Arthur. Did you see that Arthur was near to the window, but after you can see that Arthur is not there. You can see that Arthur is gone.
Where'd he go?
That shows that Arthur is not a human, is a natural, is not a nature like us, is a supernatural entity like demons. Okay, in this movie we have two big story, two big events. The first they making a dream for Saito in this two layer, and they going inside the layers, and they trying to thief the secrets of his mind. That this part of movie is more relating to the politic problems, politic issues. But after that they coming out, and the Saito hire them for going to inside of his opposite country, opposite company's manager dream, and make for the manager of his opposite company a dream and to defeat him and make him split up his company. This is something that Saito wants from Cobb and his friends, and Cobb is accepting because Cobb cannot go to the America, and Saito will promise him that I will make your passport to go to America because he's have the authority to change the American government's decisions about Cobbs, and this way Cobbs is accepting to do this mission for Saito, that they want to make a dream for Robert.
The seed that we plant in this man's mind will grow into an idea. This idea will define him. It may come to change everything about him.
We are the last company standing between them and total energy dominance. We can no longer compete. Soon they'll control the energy supply of half the world. In effect, they become a new superpower. The world needs Robert Fisher to change his mind.
That's where we come in. How is Robert Fisher's...
Okay, now just you think that they want to make Robert to split up his father's company, but in symbolism this energy, this company of energy is Middle East. Middle East have the most energy of the world. Middle East have the most source of energies, oil, petrol, gas and other things in the world, and Saudi Arabic and Iran and Iraq, Syria and all these countries in Middle East, Persia, all of these countries have a lot of energy, a lot of sources of oil and petrol and other things. And in this movie he say we want they taking apart this company. That is, company is symbols of empire of Persia. Persian empire was a big empire in that part of the history before coming Islam, and that part of the world was very big and powerful, and if they want to control the world they need to control the energy and petrol and oil, and they should to manage this this area, this empire, Persian empire, and they should to split up this empire and take it to a lot of parts. And this is the mission of the movie. The second part of the movie is the mission for Cobb and his friend is this.
The Babylonians were defeated and their infrastructure and political system was used to found the Persian Empire. The Persian Emperor Cyrus the Great had conquered the known world. His realm extended from the Nile to the Indus River. But the Persians are best known. Both these empires neglected the developments to their southern neighbors, the Arabian Peninsula, which was about to awaken.
Now you can see from the history that in that time of the previous times of Islam, there was a big empire of Persia in that area, and Arabic Saudi and this desert of Arabic Saudi was a neighbor and very close to Persian Empire, and they wanted to take parts of this empire and make it a lot of different parts and smaller to manage it better, and that's why they decided to make this religion.
Nothing quite like it.
It's just pure creation.
Shall we take a look at some paradoxical architecture? You're gonna have to master a few tricks if you're gonna build 3 complete dream levels. Excuse me.
What kind of tricks?
In a dream, you can cheat architecture into impossible shapes. That lets you create closed loops, like the Penrose steps, the infinite staircase. See? Paradox. So a closed loop like that will help you disguise the boundaries of the dream you create.
But how big do these levels have to be?
Well, it can be anything from the floor of a building to an entire city. But they have to be complicated enough that we can hide from the projections.
A maze.
Right, a maze. And the better the maze...
Then the longer we have before the projections catch us?
Exactly.
Okay, now you see that in this part he say we want to make some infinitive circles that never you can understand because there is many paradox inside. If you go and read the Quran, you see that there is many stories in Quran, but none of them are not finished and complete. Like in the Bible, we have a lot of stories of prophets. All of these stories of prophets tells a story from the beginning of a prophet's born and until he's dying, and all the details and everything is complete and is very regular. But in Quran is not like this. In Quran you have a lot of stories that don't have a starting, they don't have ending, they are not really regular. That's why you have a lot of circles, infinitive circles. You have paradoxes, many paradoxes in Quran. Like one of them, if I want to explain for you, is that in Quran they believe that God asked all the angels after creation of human that all the angels should to pray and worship for the man, and they don't accept. Some of them they don't accept. One of the biggest are that is not accepted is Lucifer, that we know he is a devil and Satan, and he didn't accept, and after God sent him outside of the heaven. This is the story of Islam. But the paradox is that God in the Quran said, don't worship to anybody, just the Allah or God. It means that all the angels and all the humans should to pray and worship for the God or Allah. Okay, now how the God can ask all the angels to worship for a human? This is paradox. There's many paradox in the Quran, and if you read all of it, you can find in many paradox, and this way they can make people very confusion. They have confusion in their mind, a lot of confusion they have.
Right now or never, God.
I start to panic. I realize I'm going to regret this moment, and I need to see their faces one last time. But the moment's passed. Whatever I do, I can't change this moment. I'm about to call.
Now here you can see that the lawyer, Cobb's lawyer, tells him you should to go outside of the America, because the government thinks that you killed your wife. And the person that tells him, the lawyer, have a one eye. His another eye is blind. He have one eye. This is a symbol that shows that he's not just a lawyer. In the movie is lawyer, but also outside of the movie is not lawyer, because in some cultures one eye person is Satan, or in another cultures the one eye person is God, or maybe is another thing. But it's a symbol that we can see in the movie, that he has one eye, just one eye. Another, his eye is like blind. Also, we can see that the cop is accused that that he killed his wife or a woman, but he killed a woman, and he should to go out of America, and he cannot go back to America. He is like a Satan, that he lied with the Hawa, the first woman of a creation, and after he rejected from the heaven, and he came out of the heaven. In Christianity story, in Bible, the Hawa is killed. He killed himself because he died in spiritual die. We call it spiritual die in Christianity. That Satan lied with him, and he eats a fruit, and he died. And in this movie, Cobb is killed his wife and came out of America. And now we see that in this movie, America is heaven, like heaven, because it's have the best situation of other countries, and it's like heaven in the earth.
For not asking whether I did. I will split up my father's empire. Now, this is obviously an idea that Robert himself would choose to reject.
Now you can see that they write it in their board that I will split up my father's empire. They don't say company, they say empire. They write it empire. It means Persian empire that was in the Middle East, and Islam and Muhammad came to destroy this empire and make it apart. Because the first, when the Muhammad made this religion, it wasn't an empire. The Muhammad didn't make an empire, and it wasn't emperor. No. Muhammad was made it a religion, a thinking, a mind, a philosophy that could make this empire of Persia split up. This was that Muhammad jobs, and this shows that the movie is about Islam. Okay. We're going to see how they do this.
We need to plant it deep in his subconscious. The subconscious is motivated by emotion, right? Not reason. We need to find a way to translate this into an emotional concept.
How do you translate a business strategy into an emotion?
That's what we're here to figure out, right? Now, Robert's relationship with his father is stressed, to say the least.
Well, can we run with that? We could suggest to him breaking up his father's company as a screw you to the old man.
No, because I think positive emotion trumps negative emotion every time. We all yearn for reconciliation, for catharsis. We need Robert Fisher to have a positive emotional reaction to all this.
Okay, now in this scene you can see that they say we want to use the positive emotions to make this man change his mind. What does mean this? This means in Islam we have a lot of commands about the children that they don't have father. They say be merciful with the children that don't have father. Be merciful with somebody that doesn't have parents. A lot of commands is about this. Why? Because Muhammad, from the childhood, he didn't have father, mother, stepfather, stepmother. All of his family is died. Every time he was single and alone, and he's sad, he's depressed, and have a lot of problems. They say in the movie, they say we want to use these positive, kind or sad emotions to make him change his mind, because the conception mind is have a motivation with the emotional things, not the ideas and ideologies or other things. They need to use these emotions. And about Muhammad, they using this sad story of his childhood, that he doesn't have father, mother, and nobody to take care of him or something else like this. The next point is how they do it. You can see.
On the top level, we open up his relationship with his father. Say, I will not follow in my father's footsteps. Then the next level down, we feed him. I will create something for myself. Then by the time we hit the bottom level, we bring out the big guns.
My father doesn't want me to be him.
Exactly.
Now I want to explain for you all that what's happened in these three layers. The first layer, they will plant this thought that I will not leave my father's foot. It means that the Robert never tried to understand how is the secrets of his father, and he didn't want to see what is in the big box, the box that is its secret box of his father, that have some secrets inside of it. And they wanted to make him thinking that he should to look at this box and what is it inside. The next layer, they highlighting this thing, and they will make for him thinking that I will make my own life. In this layer, the cheater make himself as Robert's uncle, and tells him that your father wanted you make your own life. That is impressing Robert's unconscious, because his uncle is his close family and relatives, and he can impress him. This way, every time the demons, they trying to impress something with his family. This has happened many times for the people that had political problems, my friends, that they had some struggle with the demons, and they try to make them with his relatives and his families changing their mind. Okay, and the third layer, they want to make him think that my dad doesn't want me to be like him. And in this layer, the last layer of the sleep, and that they will add another layer to this layer because they had a problem, that the dream will be 4 layer, but the first they made this dream for 3 layer, not 4. But after when they go there, they trying to figure out how they can make alive Robert, because Robert died in the 3rd layer, and they couldn't do anything. And after they went to the 4th layer to make him again alive. Okay, after in this 3rd layer, they show him his father, that tells him, I don't want you be like me, but he don't say exactly this sentence. He say just, I am disappointed of you that you want to be, and he is dying, and he's showing him last will and testament in the secret box. And when he is see that, he believed that his uncle in the 2nd layer tells him truth about a new testament, last will and testament. There was a new letter that his father had in his secret box, but really is not true. It's just a lie that they're making for him, that his father had a new testament. That in that testament, his father wanted to tell him that you shouldn't be like me. Okay, this father is like a god, because in Christianity we believe that the God is father, and his father wanted him won't be like his history, his another countries like Persian empire. He should be make another empire for himself. He should to make another thinking. Maybe the religion that it was in that time in Persian empires, it was Zarathushtrism. In Farsi we say Zarathushtrism. In English I don't know. Zoroastrianism, something like this. And his father, means the God, didn't want that Muhammad be a Zarathustrist. He should be another thing, another religion, a new thing he should to make, a new thinking. This is something that they say in the movie, in the third layer, and the making in his Robert's mind.
If we don't give them the combination.
They just went around some...
I heard them. They're gonna lock us in that van and then drive it into the river.
All right, what is in the safe?
Something for you. Maurice always said it was his most precious gift to you. A will.
Maurice's will is with Port and Dunn.
That's an alternate. This would supersede the other if you wanted to. It splits up the component businesses of Fisher Morrow. It'd be the end of the entire empire as we know it.
Destroy my whole inheritance. Why would he suggest such a thing?
I just don't know. He loved you, Robert. In his own way.
In his own way. At the end, he called me to his deathbed. He could barely speak, but he took the trouble to tell me one last thing. He pulled me close, and I can only make out one word. Disappointed.
This scene, you see that they make him in the first layer of the sleep that he should to open his father secret box, that he's struggling with this. He don't want to open that secret box, but they make him think about opening that secret box. But the important thing is that he, in this scene, he says to his uncle that my father, the last time he said me, I am disappointed. But he don't know that this is not his uncle. This is a cheater that wants to know his secrets. And this is the way that demons they do. They making himself another person, like another person, and they come and ask a question. And when you give them some information, they will use this information to defeat you. Defeat and deceive and temptation and other things. Like in this movie, they making the last layer of the sleep, that he see his father that say himself that I am disappointed, and he will show his son the secret box and the new testament, and this is the secret of the movie.
Why? Because how he acts will tell us if Fisher was starting to suspect his motives the way we want him to. Shh.
Peter?
Said you were kidnapped together?
Well, not exactly. They already had him. They were torturing him.
And you saw them torture him?
The kidnappers are working for you.
Robert.
You're trying to get that safe open? To get the alternate will?
Fisher Morrow has been my entire life. I can't let you destroy it.
I'm not gonna throw away my inheritance. Why would I?
I couldn't let you rise to your father's last taunt.
A taunt?
The will, Robert. That will, that's his last insult. The challenge is for you to build something for yourself, but telling you you're not worthy of his accomplishments.
Well, that he was disappointed.
I'm sorry. But he's wrong. You can build a better company than he ever did.
Mr. Fisher? He's lying. You know, trust me, it's what I do. He's hiding something, and we need to find out what that is. I need you to do the same thing to him that he was going to do to you. We'll enter his subconscious and find out what he doesn't want you to know.
Now you see in this sense that they do three jobs. First, they breaking his relationship with his uncle, that he don't believe that his uncle is tells him truth, and they should to sleep and go to his uncle's dreams to find what his father said him. But is a lie, because they don't go to his uncle's and dreams. They going to the teacher in the dream, or the cheater's dream. They going to cheater's dream, that the cheaters wants to show him his father, that he tells him, yeah, you should to make your life, not my life. Okay, but in this layer, the second layer, the uncle says him that your father had a New Testament in his secret box that wants to you make your life, and you can, and he tells him you can make a better company of your father companies. This is the second layer that they want to put in his mind.
I know, Dad. I know you were disappointed. I couldn't be you.
No. I was disappointed. We just tried.
Now in this scene you can see that the cheater in the dream, he makes for him his father that tells him, I am disappointed of you. because you want to be, but they don't complete the sentence because really the cheater don't know what is the completely sentence from his Robert's mind. Because Robert said him, my father said just I disappointed. About what I disappointed, the Robert didn't understand, and also now the cheater don't know. And in this dream, the cheater or somebody that made it this dream, the third layer of the dream, he just making his father's that tells him I am disappointed, and show him the make him see inside the secret box, and they put it in the secret box New Testament and something that make his conscious moving, like the small tools for the babies that he has inside the secret box, because they wants to make him emotionally, and they're using the emotionals. Okay, in this part they show him something that he thinks that his father wanted to tell him, you should to make a better life for yourself. Because in the second layer they say to him, your father wants this, and he writes this in the new letter in his secret box. But just they show him his father and this secret box, and because he see his father and this emotional things from his father dying and this secret box, and inside there is a small children tools, and also the new letter for him, and all of this make him unconsciously that he think he has his father has a thought that he should to make his empire, not the father's empire, and they cheating him.
Will means that I wanted me to be my own man. Not just to live for him. That's what I'm gonna do, Uncle Peter.
In this scene, you can see that they're using his father emotional relationship between him and his father, and you can see these things in that chapter in the movie that they said.
It's obviously an idea that Robert himself would choose to reject, which is why we need to plant it deep in his subconscious. The subconscious is motivated by emotion, right? Not reason. We need to find a way to translate this into an emotional concept.
Okay, now you can see that in Islam we have a lot of rules, commands about the children that they don't have father, mother and family and these things. And because the Muhammad didn't have father and mother and family, when he born, his father died and his mother a few years later died, and all of his childhood he saw his uncle is dying, his stepmother is dying, his father, mother is died, all of his family is died, and he has a bad emotional childhood, and they using these rules in Islam. They tell him this religion is about the children that they don't have father or mother, and these things is related symbolism in this movie you can see.
Want me to let someone else follow you into your fantasy?
They don't actually come into the dream. They just design the levels and teach them to the dreamers. That's all.
Design it yourself.
Ma won't let me.
Come back to reality, Tom. Please.
Reality. Those kids, your grandchildren, they're waiting for their father to come back home. That's their reality. And this job, this last job, that's how I get there. I would not be standing here if I knew any other way.
In this scene, you see that Cobbs just have a way to go back to America, his country, because he is accused to kill his wife and he cannot go to the America, and for this just have Saito that promised him, if you do this job, I can bring you to America. Okay, who is that Saito that can bring somebody to America? Who is that can comment to the government of America that you should to accept this man because of his crime, don't follow him in America? This should be this king of all the countries, king of the kings in the earth. That in Bible we see that the king of this world is Satan, is devil. And then we can understand that the Saito is devil, is the Satan, and the Cobb and his co-workers are some demons that they helping Satan to do his jobs, like other bad angels or other devils.
Sweetheart, what are you doing?
Join me.
Just step back inside. All right? Just step back inside now. Come on.
No. I'm going to jump and you're coming with me.
No, I'm not. Now you listen to me. If you jump, you're not gonna wake up, remember? You're gonna die. Now just step back inside. Come on. Step back inside so we can talk about this.
We've talked enough.
Mom.
Come out onto the ledge or I'll jump right now.
Okay. We're gonna talk about this. All right?
I'm asking you to take a leap of faith.
Now in this scene, you can see the mall says to Cobb, have a faith, or really word is something upper than this word. We should to kill ourselves to go to a really world. We are not in the really world, because Cobbs plant this seed in their dream for his wife, and after his wife, when she's waked up, he wanted to kill herself to go to another layer, to another really world. And what's the meaning in Islam? In Islam, you see that we have jihad. Kill yourself to go to the heaven. In all the religions, they tell us there is a hell and heaven. After you dying, you're going to this world, to the hell or heaven. This is something that all the religions tells us. Okay, Islam says kill yourself to go to the hell, to go to the heaven. Like make in your clothes some bomb, put in your clothes and pocket some bombs and go to kill some blasphemy people, and when you killing yourself and some blasphemy people, you can go to the heaven. This is jihad in Islam, and this sense is speaking about faith. Have a faith and kill yourself. This is exactly about Islam. And also, I think other religions also have this, that gives you an idea of a really world that is heaven and hell. And this world that we live is not really. It's just a world that we are coming and is a dream, and if we kill ourselves or after dying, we're going to hell. And because we have some sin, we should to have to go to heaven. We should to have a way to forgive our sins. That you can see in Islam, there is many ways you can forgive your sins, like jihad, kill yourself, kill other people, kill the blasphemies, kill the Christians, and also you can make for yourself some victim like the sheep and cows, and this ways going to Mecca sometimes is making you a good people, and you can go to the heaven. Indeed, this is the positions, the choices in Islam that you can go to heaven. The best of them is killing yourself, jihad.
know, Dad. I know you were disappointed. I couldn't be you.
No. I was disappointed. We just tried.
I want to speak about this scene that is very important in this movie. You can see in this scene the cheater is not going inside, but he tells him that's the door, go. And the robbers going inside and opening the door and going inside and speaking with his father, and after you see that the cheater also after is not going inside. Every time is outside, is waiting for him. He's not going inside the door. What is mean this scene in Islam? In Islam we have a story that Muhammad went to the sky and went to a door, and the door opens and Muhammad went inside, but the angel Gabriel that was with him and bring him to this door didn't go inside. He just waited outside of the door because it was heaven and nobody couldn't go inside, just Muhammad could go inside. And Muhammad went inside and saw many things and came back and came to the earth and become a prophet. And exactly it shows that the director wants to tell us the cheater is Gabriel. It means the Gabriel wasn't the really Gabriel. It was maybe a Satan, something that shows himself Gabriel. It's something that is very important symbol in this movie, and I want to show you the things that the verses in Quran about this.
And he revealed to his servant what he revealed. The heart did not lie about what it saw. So will you dispute with him over what he saw? And he certainly saw him in another descent. At the lote tree of the utmost boundary. Near it is the garden of refuge. When there covered the lote tree that which covered it. The sight of the Prophet did not swerve, nor did it transgress its limit. He certainly saw of the greatest signs of his Lord. So have you considered Al-Lat and Al-Uzza and Manat, the third, the other one? Is the male for you and for him the female? That, then, is an unjust division.
Okay, in this sense and this verses, something that happened there is very important, because in this chapter of Quran, Muhammad have seen the God and spoke with the God, and after in these verses there is many challenge that I don't want to take this chapter in this all of these things on my shoulder, because this is something that somebody did before a few years ago. Salman Rushdie said about these things, and they wanted to kill him. The Muslims, Imam Khomeini fitwa says that everybody should to kill this Salman Rushdie. But we want to see what the Salman Rushdie tells about this.
In the satanical verses by the truth seer Salman Rushdie, in the satanical verses by the truth seer Salman Rushdie, it is revealed that the pedo prophet Muhammad is in fact someone who has been given his divine revelations from Shaitan, which is Satan. And this is also referenced in Muslim Islamic theology, and I'll read a short passage from this wonderful book, The Satanic Verses, which reveals the truth about the shithole religion Islam, which is something that you could subscribe to if you like to eat feces. And it says here, Gabriel, when he submits to the inevitable, when he slides heavy-lidded towards visions of his angeling, passes his loving mother, who has a different name for him. Shaitan, she calls him, just like Shaitan, same to same, because he's been fooling around with the tiffins to be carried into the city for the office workers' lunch. Mischievous imp, she slices the air with her hand. Rascal has been putting Muslim meat compartments into Hindu non-veg tiffin carriers. Customers are up in arms. Yeah, that is the truth revealed about Mahund, the false prophet Muhammad, who will never rule in Denmark, and sure as hell never rule in the proud city of Copenhagen. To hell with Islam. We want Islam out of Denmark. Islam is a shithole religion, and it belongs only in shithole places, or nowhere at all. And with that, I'll remind you all our final goal by showing the V sign and declaring victory.
Now I want to speak about descent. It's very important. All the analyses about this movie had a false, a wrong things, that they just wanted to tell us that no, this sense tells that the movie is not finished and they are in the dream, or they are not in the dream. But this sense is not about the movie. This is about the other things. If we want to understand that the cop is waked up really or no, we should to go back to the first scene of the movie that I explained it before. Just we should to go there and speak about that. That you see in the last part, we have this when they are sleeping in the airplane, they see in the vision in this.
Someone put half of my mercury.
God. Impossible. We were young and together. And I know it, man.
what's new. That this world is not real. To convince me to honor our arrangement. To take a leap of faith, yes. Come back. So we can be young men together again. Come back with me. Come back.
In this scene, you see that cops in the fourth, after third layer, they're going to the fourth layer of the sleep in dream, and he founding the Saito that is very old now in his unconscious layer. He is lost, and he is very old. He tells him, remember, we are in the sleep, and fate that if we kill ourselves, we're going to really world. And after he going to touch his gun, the Saito is going to touch his gun, and they waking up. It means that they kill themselves in the dream, and they waked up in the airplane. And now they are in the real world. Then we know that the last scene of the movie is really world. This scene that you see, this is really world. This is going to be finished. This don't turning around for infinitive. No, not infinitive turning around. No. This is stopping, but what is mean? When the producer, the director, Christopher Nolan, closing this shot, it means that we should think about our world. We should think that, okay, we are in the really dreamy world, because there is many lies in the social media, in the news, in the newspapers, politics lies, all the lies. And if we going to think about the religion layer of this movie, this scene means that, okay, Muslims are in a lying world, they are not in the real world. They are living with the lies. There is many lies in their religion. It's a message for us. This scene is message. In this sense, he wants to tell us that I have a message. You are sleeping. You are not in the real world. You are in a dream. Wake up, Muslims, wake up. This religion is not true. It's not really. This is the message of Christopher Nolan in this movie. Okay, I don't want to tell all of the details about this movie. Just I wanted to give you an idea of what means analyzing symbolism in the movies. This is just something I want to teach you. Not just this movie, all the movies we can do. Okay, now I'm finishing with this movie in this concept, religion concept, and I'm going to show you my group in the Facebook. You can come and join us in this group. We will accept you, and we are once you come inside and speak about the movies and tell your opinions about these movies, and we can share our thinking and learn more. And after that, I want you show my channel that you can come here and see my movies that I'm making about the other movies. I want to share more videos, more analyzing movies, and you can come and share your opinions and comments about some of the movies that they are open for commenting. Some of them are not open, some of them are open, but you can come and send your messages for me and see. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your patience. Come and subscribe my channel, and I would love to see you in my channel.